Have the actual open coming up in a minute, in a few seconds actually. We'll look at those stocks. Indices first though. So it's 24,642 on the Nifty, about a 0.25% higher. The Nifty Bank is up about 0.4%, so stronger. Nifty Bank, of course, was down far less as compared to what the Nifty was. The mid-cap index is up. The small-cap index I can spot is about 0.75% in the green. Those indices were actually up on the day, even as the Nifty and Bank Nifty were lower. Otherwise, what? I mean, it's overwhelmingly, right out of the gates, positive for the broader market as well. I can see 1,500 stocks still opening, and maybe too early to point this out, but 1,500 up and about 250 stocks are lower. The heat map perhaps gives you a quick sense of how the Nifty pack is opening, and then we'll, of course, dive into individual names. That's the heat map. So about 14 odd names, 15 names in the red. Everything else is starting higher. Surbhi.
Okay, so like I said, the market in a bit of a what next mode, given that the two mega events are behind us now. 40 up on the Nifty. It's a lot more muted than what the implied open was suggesting. Tata Motors is cooling off quite sharply, 3% lower. Q4 was fine, but it's the commentary and this whole global trade uncertainty that's the bigger talking point in the commentary, and the market's reacting to that. Cipla is down about 2.5%. The broker updates have come in after numbers. In fact, we'll talk about this as we go along in the show. Hero, Moto, Asian Paints, there's some more stocks that are losing ground. Eicher Motors, a little quiet, subdued ahead of its numbers. M&M is also on the back foot this morning. The Bank Nifty is also very quiet, gain of less than 0.2% on the Bank Nifty. So what is working for the market? Bharti Airtel for sure, 2% after numbers. Tata Steel is carrying on its good form. International markets have been looking good on the China-US trade deal, 2.5% up on this stock. Coal India is also looking good, JSW Steel. So basically metal and material stocks, they're having a good session. The Nifty is being saved by the likes of Reliance, L&T, ICICI Bank and SBI. It's these four stocks really. Otherwise, the picture could have turned into red. But Reliance is having a good morning, 0.5% up. And the banks sitting on the fence, but mildly positive right now. ICICI, SBI at least, showing some green, but a bit tentative overall for the market, Nigel, today.
Well, that's right. I think it should be actually a very good trading session. Let's see how that goes from here on. To highlight a few stocks that are moving around, though, from the broader markets, we have GRSE, that's Garden Reach, that's flying away. Kochi Shipyard as well as giving it company on the upside. And Dalmia Bharat Sugar, well, that's the other one that's actually doing well. The numbers were ahead of DAM's estimates. The revenue rose by close to 35%, which was driven by a good growth in the sugar segment as well as the distillery businesses. So that's why that stock is doing well. You have on the flip side, you have Paytm. Well, there was some hope that maybe, in fact, it could get included in the MSCI reject. That wasn't the case. Now all eyes on the next review, which comes in August. And Nuvama saying maybe there could be a possibility it gets included in the next review. For the time being, though, the stock is under pressure because it didn't get included. So keep an eye out on that one. VIP, the numbers were absolutely horrid. Though the stock is only getting away with a 3 to 4% downtick. So we'll have to keep an eye out on this one because it's seen massive delivery-based buying over the last few days. And it has a con call today at around 2:30 p.m. So that one's on the radar. Sigma SGX, good margin performance. However, the revenue number was below what the street was working with. So that's why that stock is getting clonked bang. And IQ Lighting, that stock is down 6%. Because those numbers as well were rather weak. And giving it company on the downside, I think there's VST Tillers as well. So all these earnings reactions, so the stock is down. Sigma, VIP, VST Tillers, as well as IQ Lighting, all of them lower in trade.
All right, so yeah, it's a now I think 75-point higher start is what you have coming through. And it's looking pretty decent all across. I mean, I think the broader market especially, I think, deserves a mention because that is where yesterday as well, it didn't look like the market really missed a step.